like to think I've got a lot of other things going on in my life and a lot of other interests. I absolutely love canoeing, but for me it's certainly not the be all and end all. At the minute I've got a young family which keeps me pretty busy, 3 young kids, and I always try and do other things alongside the sport. Been lots of different things over the year, but when I first started getting good, I spent doing a lot of wakeboarding and had a really good social scene there away from the sport, and I found it really nice to do other things. At the different Olympics I've been to, I've spent a bit of time learning the language of the country I've been going to, and really enjoy that. And I always just like to have some other little project going on the background, so that I don't just get too focused and feel like the canoeing is my everything my whole life. It's something I really enjoy, learning languages, trying to learn to communicate, especially the more different they are. Like Chinese for Beijing was really cool to learn some of that, to be able to communicate with people there. And yeah, trying to learn Japanese, it's very hard, but I find it pretty interesting. And you know, if I'm fortunate enough to be the one who gets to go to Tokyo in 2020, then it'd be great to try and use it out there. It's pretty tough having a young family whilst trying to be rested and train seriously, and pretty 24/7 all the time when I'm at home. When I'm on training camps, not much of a rest for my wife, but definitely a bit of a rest for me. But it's nice as well, because there's no time when I'm at home to be thinking or to get too drawn into what's going on in training or canoeing at the time. Just busy trying to actually be there for my family, spend some time with my children, and then help my wife out with the daily challenge of having 3 young kids. I've always found it good to try and sort of, I guess, compartmentalize my life a bit. That I'll come training and I'll put a lot of time into it and I'll give it my absolute all, and when I'm there I'm fully committed to it. But when I'm not there, I just leave it all behind, and if I'm doing something else, I commit to that. If I'm spending some time learning the language, I'll get really immersed in that. Or if I'm out playing with my kids, I'll try and be there for them and not just be on my phone making training plans or things like that. So I try and do what I'm doing at the time to the best of my ability, I guess. I think if you really just spend all your time on the sport, for me it can be, if everything's going brilliantly and training's going brilliantly every day and you're winning all the races, then it's brilliant, you feel fantastic. But if you really just make it everything to you, and you have those times, inevitable times, when it's not going perfectly, it can be a really big hit and can be really hard to deal with. Whereas if you see it just as a part of what you do and something you love and something you enjoy, and days when it's not going well, there's still all these other things in your life that you enjoy, that you value, that you think of yourself as a part of you, then it can be a lot easier to get over those little times when the sport's not going so well, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty low on future plans, to be honest. I'm probably going to need some soon, as I don't imagine I'll canoe for a huge amount longer. I'm getting fairly old for the sport, but yeah, hopefully I can do something I love. I studied mathematical physics at university, and I really enjoy maths, and languages. If I could do something using languages, I'd love that as well. So I don't know what I'll do next, but yeah, hopefully, my goal is just to find something that I'm interested in, that I can actually want to put my time and energy into. I think the biggest benefit in not just identifying yourself completely with you as the athlete, you as your sporting results, is that you don't associate your personal value too much with them. If I have a terrible race or a terrible season, it doesn't change who I am or what I value or who I strive to be. And but if you associate too closely with those results, it can start to make you think of yourself, almost sounds stupid, but as a worse person. And of course, it's far from the reality. So I think, yeah, for that reason, it's really important not just to see yourself purely as results of an athlete, I guess. I mean, my advice to anyone serious about getting to the highest level in the sport would be to give it your all when you're doing it, but to commit a serious portion of your life and your days and your weeks of the year to it, but just to make sure and take some time away from it as well, to do something else you love, find other things you enjoy in life, and be able to step in and out, because if you can do that every time you're there doing your sport, you'll have more motivation to do it to the best of your ability.